Well, this looks like a good spot. So this is a pretty good spot to show you this Tasmanian Alps mountaineering tent. Pretty shaded, very quiet here. It's nice. Used to come camping here when I was a kid with friends and stuff, and it's kind of in a remote section of town, and it's just a really nice place. A couple of bugs out, but let me clear this out a little bit and I'll show you the tent. Okay, so here is our tent and it's all its components. Down here we've got the ground cover mat that comes with the tent. We've got all our stakes here. They come in nice little pouches. These stakes are not original. Actually, I use them on the Mystique 1.5 that I have from Alps, so that's with the other tent at the moment. So I got these new ones, pretty much the same thing. Yeah, everything comes in these little bags. It's nice. Alps mountaineering bag. There it is. We've got the rain cover there. All of our poles. There's a nice big bag that it comes in, and then we've got the tent itself. This tent sells for like $250, which is a steal. There's a company that's done a lot of reviews on tents, and this tent, let me center that, actually gave it a greatest value for the money. I mean, I've used this in the winter, not really a summer tent, not too much insulation, but it's for the money. I mean, Alps makes great stuff for the price point. The Mystique 1.5 I have was like $125. I think it got down to at least $100 on Amazon. It is absolutely worth it. These tents are great stuff. So I'm going to set this up and go through the different parts of it and goods and bads. Thanks. Okay, here are your clips that attach to the poles from the tent itself. Now, are you the kind of person that likes them going all in the same direction? That one's going like that, but that one's going like that. They're different. I mean, I don't really care. As you can see, they clip on. Whoops, I forgot one. Just another little thing. been worn now because I've used it a lot, but I put electrical tape at the ends of the poles. I found that trying to pull the pole out of the grommets or through the rain fly, sometimes that gets disconnected from the cord, and it's kind of a pain, so I have to actually retape these. It's just another little trick, another little gadget. It helps so the end doesn't come out of the main pole. So I've set this tent up, that's the body of it. So here it is. I set this up in about 3 minutes. I guess you could set it up faster than that if you were in a rainstorm or something like that. It's totally symmetrical. I mean, this tent doesn't have anything odd about it or anything. It's got 2 vestibules, which I'll talk about. Just one little tricky point up here at the top. So one part that's kind of difficult is this center clip, which holds these 2 support poles together. And to get this, there's a latch that goes up and over this little piece here. And sometimes it's hard to get that over and onto the clip, which, yeah, you see. So sometimes I just leave it like that. Let me see if I can get this on there. It's really taut, and sometimes it's a pain. Ta-da! Did it. Yeah, lots of fun. But that's, you know, if your fingers aren't too strong, it's not that severe of a problem. It's just a little tough to get that hooked on, but once it's on, you're good to go. Another nice feature is you've got, of course, your windows for ventilation here. They zip up, they close. You can adjust those however you want. And also you've got a storage space up on top. I've got my glasses up there. You can put a light, you can put a deck of cards, whatever you'd like, and you can store things right up on the top. So we're inside the tent. We've got our 2 zippers. One zipper opens the door completely. You can exit going in, going out. And then you've got your other zipper that opens up and just gives you your mesh. And that's the same on both sides. Another nice feature is that you can roll up the doors if you want. Leave it open. And then of course you've got this little elastic on the other side. Sometimes they're difficult to, if you've got big fingers, it's kind of hard to make it work, but not that difficult. And then it clips, and you can store the door off to the side. Alright, so we've set the tent up. Now I'm going to put the rain and the snow fly on. So another pole that goes into the rain snow fly. This gives it some stability on either end of the vestibule, and it goes through the tent itself. And give it a taut. This rain fly takes more time to set up than the tent itself. It's not that bad. It's just a little bit more time. So another feature of attaching the rain snow fly to the tent, a little piece of Velcro here, and that just goes right around. And so it's now this portion attached to the tent, and then there's one on each side. Here's one of our 2 doors, zipper. Great thing about this, zipper cords are on both sides, so if you're outside or inside the tent, very easy to zip. Velcros as well if you don't want to zip it up for whatever reason. Also on this one as well. Now here's the thing, some people like to roll it this way and some people like to roll it this way. I don't know, preference. It rains on one side, it doesn't rain on the other, and of course on this side as well. This is a sort of a cloth connection there, holds it open. The other ones are a little more stretchy. They got some stretch in them, elastic bandish. This is just a cloth. It's the same material as the tent, and you just zip it down like that. You can also do this side as well. You'd have to unstake it from the peg in the ground. You can have both sides open, but if you don't, just reach in, do that, and if you're inside the tent, zip up and you're good to go. So I've got the whole tent set up. I've got a vestibule here, and all my connection points are secured. I've got the extra wind supports that go down to be staked. There's another one. There are 1 on each side and 2 on each end. And we have another vestibule there in the back. I'll open those up and you can take a look-see. And also show you the ventilation port at the top. And of course we can adjust the tension on the rain fly here. It's good to keep those as far away from the ground as you can in case you have heavy snow. Really good addition to this tent. So the interior ventilation that I showed you, there is the port. There's 1 on each side, and it's just a little Velcro attachment. Comes off quite easily. You can close it, and you can reach this from the inside of the tent, which is great. So you don't have to come outside the tent. You're in a storm, it's pouring, or there's sleet or snow, and it'll secure back down, fasten down with the Velcro, and you're good to go. So there's plenty of room in this tent. This is a 2.0. There's 2 sleeping bags. You know, I'm almost 6'1", so I fit comfortably in this. It's a really good, tent for 2 people or solo. A lot of room between your outside rain snowfly and the tent itself. And everything is pegged down here. And there's the inside of the tent. Just a minor point here. We've got the tent attached per buckle to the rain and snow fly. We've got everything pegged down, so the floor, the tent, rain fly are all pegged in. The interesting thing here is that there's also a buckle for the floor, which I guess you could put attached to the rain fly and then not buckle the tent if you weren't going to use the rain fly at all. It would have been interesting if this buckle was had 2 sections. You could buckle then the floor and the tent to the rain fly. It's a minor thing. It's not a deal breaker at all, and that's just a small thing about the. Here's our other vestibule. This one's a little different design. That one's a 2-flap. This is a single. The same thing. We've got the Velcro. Really good zipper on here. And all the way around. Same thing on this side. We can roll this up if we want. And you've got a little bit of a rain fly in the top there. When you open up, it won't necessarily rain in on you. You've got your other vestibule on the opposite side. My Trekker 64 external frame pack is in there. Plenty of room for another pack if you want one. If you want to lay them down, plenty of room for that as well. And you could use this as a storage entrance or access from the inside of the tent. And it's really roomy. And here she is, all sealed up. Top port is closed behind the tree. Rear vestibule is closed up. So this tent is ready for any kind of weather. And like I said, for $250, it's a great tent. Alps Mountaineering.